Fire in the pit barrel hole, in the early morning pit barrel hole. Let's cook up a pork shoulder. We're starting out really early today. Too early for me. Anyway, stick around. I'll show you how to prep this thing up and get it done. Stay tuned. Good morning and welcome once again to my backyard. What I got today for you is a 7.5 pound pork shoulder, and we're going to cook him on the pit barrel cooker. I'm going to make some slits in his skin with a sharp knife so that some of my rub will get inside there on him. Just going to cut him up like that a little bit. Not too worried about the skin. I'm not cared about making cracklings or anything. I'm just going to hang this thing. I want to make pulled pork with him. And then I want to make a pumpkin spice barbecue sauce. So what I'm going to do is slather him with Sang stir-fry oil, because, you know, Sang stir-fry oil. Because Sangs. We get that on him. I got my go-to rub for pork, which is salt, pepper, and ginger. And we're going to liberally coat him with that salt, pepper, and ginger. And I wasn't going to say this, but it looks good enough already to eat. Not really, just joking. Anyway, it's early, man. I've just had my coffee. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. And this puppy's got to run, not looking too bad. This puppy's got to run about 4 hours before we can even talk about, you know, doing anything with him. We're going to get him off there and wrap him. Meanwhile, I'm going to rub him down, get him in the pit barrel. Salt, pepper, and ginger, that's what I use on pork. Let me get him in the pit barrel. I'll show you what that looks like. And then we won't see him again for 4 hours when we'll wrap him and stick him back in the pit barrel. And then we're going to make this pumpkin spice barbecue sauce. You don't want to miss that. So stay tuned. My pork shoulder's hanging in the pit barrel. We've got some applewood chips in there to smoke it up. Generating some smoke. He's starting to smoke. You got to put the lid on that and let him rock and roll for about 4 hours, and we'll get him off there and wrap him. And then we'll show you the rest of this cook, the pumpkin spice barbecue sauce. So stay tuned. Well, my pork shoulder's looking pretty spiffy. He's been in the smoke for about 4 hours and he's really looking good. We got a good pullback on the bone. So what we're going to do now, I got a little job for you all. This is Blockhouse Brewing Pumpkin Ale, and my buddy Ken over at Heavy Metal Barbecue sent me this. And what I want you to do is go up on the iCard and subscribe to Ken's channel, and then leave Ken a comment and ask Ken, why the hell would you send the Rootboy Pumpkin Ale when you know he hates it? I'm going to pour about half the bottle of pumpkin ale, a little bit more. I'm not even going to taste it because I can't stand it. I can't stand the thought of pumpkin ale. Put about half the bottle on my pork shoulder, and I'm going to wrap it with foil in this pan. I want to get the shiny side up. Wrap it up tight in the pan. Oh man, I can smell it. You can smell the pumpkin spice ale. Ken, why'd you do that, Ken? Why'd you send me that? I'm going to make a silk purse out of a sow's ear, Ken. I'm going to use that pumpkin spice to make this awesome pork shoulder, and I'm also going to make an awesome barbecue sauce with it, Ken. But anyway, we're going to get that back on the pit barrel, and we got to run that until it gets to a temperature of about 200 to 205 degrees, and then it'll be ready to pull. So stay tuned. All right, let's put together this white barbecue sauce. This is a kind of an Alabama white barbecue sauce. Instead of being based on tomato sauce, it's based on mayonnaise. So what I got in the bowl here is some mint, some fresh mint that I cut up, about a tablespoon of mint. Then we need about a cup of mayonnaise to start with. I'm measuring it. I don't usually measure stuff, but I'm just going to measure this out. That's about a cup of mayonnaise right there. Maybe we'll throw a little bit more than that in there. A little bit more than a cup of mayonnaise. Anyway, there we go. Cup of mayonnaise. Then we got some horseradish sauce. We need 1/4 of a cup of horseradish sauce. I should have put the brown sugar in first because now my cup's going to be nasty. There's a fourth of a cup of horseradish sauce, maybe a little bit more. Okay, now I need a fourth of a cup of brown sugar, and that's going to be hard to measure because my cup's dirty, but okay, we'll figure it out. Here we go with a fourth of a cup of brown sugar. And I asked the fellow who gave me the recipe if I should heat this while I'm mixing, and he said I probably should, but I'm thinking it's 90 degrees out here. Why do I need to heat it for? You know, it's hot enough. So let's get that whisked all together. It's a beautiful color already. Look at that. It's looking good. We're going to mix that all together. We're going to put about a tablespoon of salt, pepper, and garlic mixture that I put. Maybe a little bit more of that in there. Looks good. Then we got some cayenne pepper. We're going to put about a teaspoon of cayenne pepper in there. I don't like a lot of heat. Just a little bit, just enough to know it's there. Need a tablespoon of Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. Let's make that 2 tablespoons of Lee and Perrins Worcestershire sauce. Then we need a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Whoop, there goes the cap. Crap. Okay, here's a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Let's make that 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Fred, I'm not following your recipe exactly. Then we got some dehydrated onion. I'm going to throw about a tablespoon of that in there. Dehydrated onion. And we're going to put some garlic. About a heaping tablespoon of minced garlic in there. Garlic's good, smells good. That's a lot of garlic right there. I don't care, I like it. You get that whisked all together. And our Alabama white barbecue sauce is coming together. I'm sure it's got a little bit of heat from the cayenne pepper and a little bit of heat from the horseradish sauce. Looking damn good. I gotta whisk it up. It's got that mint in there. Fred warned me not to put too much mint because it would overpower the flavor of the sauce. And the last ingredient that we're going to put in there is pumpkin spice ale. What a surprise. Fred's recipe calls for a whole bottle of beer, but I already put half that bottle of beer in my pork. So I'm only going to put a half a bottle of beer in the pumpkin spice beer in the barbecue sauce. We're going to mix this up. I'm going to get it in this squeeze bottle, and it's kind of watery, and I kind of want it to be a little thicker than that. So I think I'm going to add some more mayonnaise to it to thicken it up. And we're going to put this in the refrigerator and let it sit for a couple of hours. Let it you know, come together, let all the flavors come together. Let me take a taste of it. Damn, that tastes good. It's sweet with a little bit of heat, and it's got a real good flavor to it. The mint really adds to it. So yeah, I'm going to put some more of the mayonnaise in there because I want it to be a little thicker than that. Then I'm going to get it in the squeeze jar, and my pork is rocking right along, but it's nowhere near ready to pull. So as soon as it gets ready to pull, we'll get some beer, and we'll eat some pork, and we'll drink some beer. So stay tuned. My pork is done. It's up to 205 degrees internal temperature. And there's the frosty Rootboy mug, and here's today's beer. It's time to drink a beer. It's past time. I don't like the way the light's hitting that. I wish you could see the label. That's Lagunitas 12th of Never. This beer is an American Pale Ale, and it's very highly rated. It's got a 93 of 100 on Rate Beer, and it's a mix of old and new hops. Lagunitas Brewing Company, American Pale Ale. It's very, very pale. Very pale indeed. Looking good. Looking excellent. I'm assuming it's going to be a nice hoppy APA, American Pale Ale, from the Lagunitas Brewing Company. I wish the light would hit that can so you could see the can better, but I can't seem to get it to. It's just in the wrong place today. It's 12th of Never, Lagunitas. Let's take a sniff of that. Oh boy, you can smell the hops in that, boy. Let me tell you what. Let's quaff the froth off it, Roll. What do you think? Well, I'll tell you what. That's one of the best beers I've ever had. That's amazing. Lagunitas 12th of Never. That's delicious. I gotta tell you, it tastes excellent. It's 5.5 ABV. I wish I could get a good shot of the can, but I just can't because of the light. Lagunitas 12th of Never. It's excellent. It's really, really good. I highly recommend this. I've always loved Lagunitas Brewing Company, but they've outdone themselves with this one. This one's awesome. Wish I could get that can into light. Ah, crap. Anyway, let's pull that pork and take a taste of it. Stay tuned. Okay, let's pull that pork apart and make a sandwich. Let me get my Papa Yay gloves on. Let that thing rest a little bit. It's probably still too hot to touch. Let me get my Papa Yay gloves on. I use these for pulling pork. They work excellent. That's about all they're good for, actually. Yeah, baby, that stuff's ready. See that? When it does that, you know you got it right. And I'll tell you another way to check it is to grab that bone. There's one of them. That one bone came out of there like nothing. Where's that other bone? There you go. Bones come out clean. You know you got it done right. Whoop, there goes the bone. And you gotta just take a little bit of that like that. Oh yeah, that's what you call pulled pork right there, baby. That's pulled pork. Look at that bone. Look at that bone. It comes right out of there. All right. I don't want to throw that one down, please. I want to try and hang on to that one. I'm going to give that to my neighbor's dog. They love it. Are you kidding me? The dogs in this neighborhood love me. They know me as the bone guy. I got a nice smoke ring on that. The pit barrel cooker does an amazing job every time with almost everything. I mean, everything I've cooked on it has been excellent. Here's some more of that. Look at that beautiful meat, that beautiful smoke ring. You get some of that off of there. Okay. Let me get a fork and fix a sandwich. I got a nice brioche bun here. I got some sliced red onion. I'm gonna put some of that pork on there. Grab me some of that pulled pork. Pile it up on that sandwich like this. Don't let it look good. Looks good enough to eat. Yes, sir. Look at that. Look at that smoke ring, boy. Got it going on. Now we're gonna put a little bit of that Alabama white pumpkin sauce on there. Pumpkin barbecue sauce. Slather that all on there with that mint in there. That looks good. Oh, I got it turned upside down. I gotta flip it over. All right. There you go. How's that look? Does that look too bad? Looks kind of good, actually. Got a nice brioche bun. I should zoom in on that and take a picture of it. Yeah, let's take a taste of it. Let me grab that up and take a bite. Oh. Mmm. Wow. That's awesome. The pumpkin spice is like the least of the flavors in this. It's got, you can taste the mint in there, and you can taste the horseradish and garlic, and that's really what it tastes like, horseradish and garlic. It's freaking awesome. It's delicious. So hey babies, that's my video. Like I always say, if you like this crap, please subscribe. Do me a favor, go up here in the iCard, go see my buddy Ken, Heavy Metal Barbecue. The dude has got it going on when it comes to grills. He just made a vertical stick burner, if you can believe that. And go check him out and go watch one of his videos and leave him a comment and say, why the hell did you send a Rootboy pumpkin spice beer? What do you got against a Rootboy? Ask him that. Anyway, go see Ken. Ken knows I'm just fucking with him, you know. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Ken. Sorry. Didn't mean to say the F word. Drop the F-bomb, Ken. You made me do it. Anyway, come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but we will drink a beer. This beer is outstanding. Lagunitas 12 of Never. That's, without a doubt, one of the best beers I've ever had in my whole life. It's delicious. Anyway, come back next week, babies. We'll do something. I don't know what, but we will drink a beer. Bye.